This evening, I'll be presenting a ceremony for honoring the ancestors. The ancestors are loved ones who have passed away, the ones who've come before us, our grandfathers and grandmothers, our ancestors and predecessors, the ancestral spirits, those in our lineage, our family, our clan, our peoples, who have come and now sit in that position of assisting and enabling us here in our journey through life, the ancestral spirits. I'm going to begin with a blessing, an opening. Holy Earth Mother, receive us in your welcome embrace, that our bodies be strong, healthy, and vital. Sky Father, rain your blessings upon us, that we may awaken in the joy of life. You Red of the East, knowledge bringer, awaken within us each the truth of our own spirit's purpose, path, and calling. You Yellow of the South, life bringer, provide for us the field of opportunity for the experience and expression of our spirit's truth here in our lives. You Black of the West, you old woman of forgiveness and surrender, open wide your arms in loving embrace to receive those things found in our lives to be contrary to the truth of our spirit's calling. You White of the North, you old man of healing and wisdom, blow your gentle wind into our hearts. Heal us of our wounds that we may set forth with wisdom into this world. I'm going to begin here with the eagle calling song, as it is the eagle who is the mythic progenitor, the bringer and founder of these ways, of these practices. Creator, in the name of Eagle Brother, I ask your blessing, your protection, your sanctification, and your presence in these works we embark upon here this evening. If you have prepared yourself for the ceremony tonight, perhaps with something to represent earth, air, fire, and water, as I have here, fire, clearly, air, eagle feathers, earth, this bare root, water, glass of water. And in addition, in honoring of the ancestors and those who passed on, some of the things of life that we associate with them. So, a flower for the beauty of life, 4 kernels of corn, of popcorn, for the sustenance of life, a piece of chocolate for the sweetness, the enjoyment, the pleasure of life, and tobacco, the means by which we send our prayers forth and commune with creation. So perhaps you have something that makes you think of your loved ones, your ancestors. If you need to rush off and get it right now and bring it back, that's okay. Or if you just want to hold it in presence, that's fine as well. The spirits of our loved ones, of ourselves, can only generate life force that we refer to as power when we are embodied. Once a person has passed on, they're no longer able to generate further life force. And so they only have that which they have engendered during the course of their lifetime. And it takes some of that power, that life force, as fuel to make transition to the other side, to spend their time there, doing the things that they do on the other side, and then to incarnate anew and hopefully have enough power remaining that they wake in a state of awareness. And so it can be said that once a person dies, they're no longer capable of generating further life force. However, they are capable of receiving it. And so we can make offerings of power to our loved ones. We can make a gift to them. And so each of these items and elements don't just represent nor signify, but rather are the embodiment of power, of life force, of a quality of life force, of beauty, of sweetness and pleasure, of sustenance, of the sacredness of water, the power, the strength of the earth, like that. And so we have an opportunity when, as people say, the veils are thinned, such as tonight, to pass those gifts on to our loved ones on the other side, to help them along their way. So that's kind of the theme, the nature of this ceremony here tonight. It is gratitude, it is gifting. I will do my best along the way to give instruction or description of what I'm doing. Those are not always going to be possible because this is ceremony. There's a flow that goes with it. I'm going to begin here with a bit of drumming in order to bring myself and yourself into a state of resonance, like a tuning fork, with the other side, where the spirits of our loved ones dwell, so that we establish like a two-way radio of communication. So I'm going to be doing that through the drumming here. you may have noticed during that drumming those rich overtones and undertones that were created, that there may have appeared to you voices, chanting, songs, right on the periphery of comprehension, but nonetheless they were there. If so, wonderful. We refer to those as the voices of the ancestors, the songs of the ancestors. When we create that bridge of commune, we're able to modulate those resonances and frequencies, those tones within the drum, to modulate them so as to make communication, so that we can hear them within and through our meditations or dreams come into comprehension of their consultations with us. If you didn't, it's okay. These ways are opportunities. I'm going to be making offerings here to the spirits. This is something that you can participate in. I'm going to begin with an offering of sandalwood. Sandalwood is an incense held with great reverence in my ancestral lineage, Mongol people. For with it, we establish a bridge of commune with the ancestors, similar to the drumming there, but with incense. So I'm going to be placing 3 pinches of sandalwood upon this live coal. And we'll puff up with smoke. Beautiful smelling sandalwood incense. With each one, I will call out, "Oh, my ancestors," letting them know, hey, I'm speaking to you. You may also call out, "Oh, my ancestors," as I do, to establish commune with your ancestors and the ancestral spirits that watch over you and take care of you and help you along in life. Oh, my ancestors. Oh, my ancestors. Oh, my ancestors. We each have a fire within our spirit. And so do our ancestors. Their spirit is likened to a fire. It's like a blue flame. So we each carry this blue flame, this blue fire within ourselves. And so I'll be making an offering through fire to the blue fire, the spirit of each of the ancestors. I will be doing this here on behalf of my ancestors, as well as on behalf of you and your ancestors. Oh, my ancestors. Vodka to feed the fire. Oof. I don't know if you could see it through the video, but a puff of blue flame. So I'm going to do this a total of 3 times. Oh, my ancestors. Oh, my ancestors. Oh, my ancestors. Oh, my ancestors. And one final time. Engage, participate. It doesn't matter if you don't know what to do, I've never done this before, I don't know how to do it. None of that's relevant. I'm carrying forth. I'm making the bridge here. All you have to do is be in attention, be in presence. Oh, my ancestors. Oh, my ancestors. Oh, my ancestors. And once again, an offering of power of life force to the ancestors, to my ancestors, to your ancestors. Oh, my ancestors. And then, so that we are in resonance, I feed the blue flame within myself with what remains of the sacrament. Not at all to feel the effects of alcohol, rather, by drinking it. The task is to metabolize it so quickly that the effects of alcohol never reach my brain, but rather it feeds that blue fire inside, potentizing that blue flame within. And now a further drumming, this time with song, to call upon the ancestral spirits. As I am drumming and singing, as the ancestral spirits come and sing through me, you may as well make yourself available for your ancestral spirits to make their presence known within you. Why would we want to do that? I want to share with you one, maybe two stories. I'm a storyteller. You'll always get a story in a ceremony because it is the stories which feed the spirits as well. A dozen years ago, I was traveling. I was in Ireland, Sligo. I had a group with me. We traveled through Scotland. Now we're in Ireland. The hostess of the B&B where our group was staying knocked on my door quite late at night. I came to the door and she was holding a phone and she said, "Your son is on the phone. He needs to speak with you." And of course, I'm fully awake. What's going on? My eldest son had called to let me know that one of my sisters, Evelyn, had just died. Oh, as you can imagine, I was shattered. My siblings and I were all very tight and close with each other. And this was the first passing of one of my siblings. So I thanked my son for being able to track me down. I left an itinerary of where I would be with my children so they would know. I thanked the hostess. And then I put my jacket on. I went for a walk just to be with that news that my sister had just passed away. I walk outside of our B&B. I cross the street. And down about 100 feet is this homeless fellow. And I'd seen him around because we'd been there a couple days. He gets up right away and he walks up to me. And he says to me, "She wants to speak with you." And I look at him, I go, "What are you talking about?" He says, "You know what I'm talking about. She wants to speak with you." Well, that was just a little too bizarre. And yeah, I mean, it could only be that, my sister. He said, "She said to tell you to meet her in there." And he points, and there's a church. I'm not Christian. Never have been. Churches are not my thing. I'm a spiritual person, not a religious person. Nonetheless, there's a clear message that my sister wants to speak with me. And to do so, I have to go into the church and meet her there. Well, my sister was very much a Christian. The doors were open on the church, and I step inside. It was an old stone church. wooden floors, pews. I step inside and I hear my sister's voice, and she's laughing. I knew I'd get you into a church one way or the other. Oh, she thinks it's so funny. I'm still broke up. I'm kind of like giggling. Yes. Okay, Ev, you got me here. Yes. There's something I want to tell you. That's all. What is that? She said, wherever you hear the word Christ, replace it with conscience. That is what the truth is. Boom! And she was gone. And that bowled me over. Again, because I'm not a Christian. So I don't give contemplation to things of a Christian religion. And yet, here was a clear message from my sister. And clearly, the awareness of that helped me to come into a place of an acceptance of that particular religion. Because I would then, whenever somebody would mention Christ, I would go, conscience. Conscience is the way, conscience is the truth. Follow me, follow your conscience. Wow, that was pretty amazing. And so, I continued with my walk and eventually went back to bed. But that stayed with me. What I'm sharing with you here has nothing to do with what was revealed to me. Christ is conscience, church is religion. That's not relevant. Rather, the question was, why would we want to establish communion with the spirits of those who passed? And it is because they have a unique perspective. They are of the all. Imagine it as the ocean. Spirit is of the nature of awareness. Awareness is as the ocean. Spirit, awareness embodied, expresses as consciousness. And so the allness, when a wave arises, there's consciousness. And then it sinks back down, becomes part of the allness of the ocean, and rises forth as a wave and another incarnation. Or it might be not an incarnation of one's individuated awareness, but that of a grandfather or grandmother, because we're of a continuum. And so this continuum of awareness becoming consciousness continues in a non-temporal, non-linear manner. And so whenever awareness wells up into embodiment, there is consciousness. And so on nights such as this, when we're able to establish commune, the awareness of our loved ones who passed on wells forth through us into consciousness. And so for that brief moment, however long that moment is, our loved ones have consciousness through our vehicle once again. And so through that, we might learn much. We might even ask of them, could you help me understand this? Could you enlighten me on this? And they were quite willing and happy to do so. Or it just might be what they feel that they want to offer, such as my sister in that example. Oh, another time, many, many years ago, back in the early 80s, I was living in Southern California, staying at my eldest sister's house while I was getting my own name known, income generated, so I'd have money to buy a car, to rent a house, so I could have my children with me because it was my time to have them in custody. And in the meantime, my grandpa Pena, the old man who's my predecessor and mentor, was about to make his passage in some months to come. And so the ancestor spirits were preparing me. They were having me do all kinds of strange things, all of them intended to make this small vessel able to accommodate this vastness of this lineage that was being poured into me. And I was doing these things. I was following these instructions and practices. And on this one particular day, I was like, look, I'm doing everything you ask. I'm doing the best way I can. But in the meantime, I don't have any money. I don't have a car. I don't have a place to live. I'm staying at my sister's house. It's time for me to pick up my children. I can't do that without a place to bring them, a car to go get them, money to buy the gas. I need help. And they responded. They said, okay. What do you mean? Okay. Well, you never asked before. Okay, I'm asking. All of a sudden, I start getting phone calls for work, for my services. And then got a phone call. The woman asked for me and said, I saw your notice that you were looking for a house. My sister's roommate has just moved out of her and her husband's house, and they're looking for somebody to rent a room from them. Here's their number. So I give them a call, make an arrangement, go over there. Everything looks copacetic. I say, I gotta let you know I have young children. Oh, we have children too. Wonderful, wonderful. So we agree. And then they say, go put your name on the lease over here at this real estate agency. And oh. Okay, so I go over to this Walker real estate agency. I go in and there's a desk, guy sitting there. He said, how can I help you? As I'm here to put my name on the lease at this address. Okay, and fill out these applications and financial disclosure, yada yada yada. I'm looking, uh, I don't have any of that. I know you just moved in from out of state, you said. Just put in the information from where you come from. I said, no, you don't understand. I don't have any. I've never had a bank account. I've never had credit. He looks at me and says, sir, what do you do for a living? Obviously, very suspicious because there I am with cash. Something inside says, tell him the truth. So, in a manner that I thought he might understand, I said, well, I'm a professional psychic. He goes, oh, I trained at Duke University. I said, where did you train? And well, in Santa Fe, New Mexico. Santa Fe. Oh, I come from just 2 hours north of there. Pagosa Springs, Colorado? Yeah, just down the road from there. He says, do you know the area? I said, well, yes. I'm from, and something inside goes, use the old name. I'm from Gato. He goes, Gato? Pagosa Junction, Gato? I says, yes. He says, I own the ranch 2.5 miles up from there. The Ortiz place? His son Joe Ortiz. Oh, well, you must know that I started listing off names of people who live in this very isolated small community. Oh, yeah, yeah, all we're friends. We go long back. And then I asked him, do you happen to know this old Indian man who lives down there by the river? He gets cold sober. He says, you mean Juan Pena? I go, yes, sir. He says, I owe my life to that man. When I was a young child, 5 years old, I was ill. The doctors couldn't heal me. Nobody knew what was wrong with me. So my parents took me to that old man. And he doctored me, and I am alive today because of him. I looked at him and said, I'm his apprentice. He looked at me. He took the application papers, slid them off the table into a trash can, and said, Mr. Gregory, your credit is fine with me. He handed me the keys. Oh, they were laughing. Grandpa Pena was laughing, though he hadn't yet passed. The ancestral spirits, they were laughing. They thought that was so funny. They helped me out because I asked. Because when you're in commune, you can ask for help, and they will respond with help. So it's like that. That's why we do these things, because they need our help, and we can utilize their help, because they will call upon me for assistance to help them out, because they're limited in what they can do because they don't live in the world anymore. My interactions with the ancestral spirits have always been powerful, purposeful, and positive. So, enough of the stories. I'm going to sing the calling song of the ancestral spirits. And you may be in presence, and your ancestral spirits may make themselves known to you as well. Luisla, all those people doing the Kabbalah. Our grandfathers and grandmothers, your ancestral warrior spirits, your loved ones and family members. I thank you for coming forth here this night, singing your songs through my voice, placing your spirits within the sacred and two-headed drum, bringing with you your knowledge of the working of the ways, your guidance, your wisdom, your power, your presence, and your protection. As I set you forth to stand guard here at the earth beneath us, the sky above us, to our east, our south, our west, our north, and here in our midst. We bring closure and gratitude, the song of appreciation, for it is through appreciation that we anchor our blessings in life, that they can continue to flow through us and into the world about us. And here, tonight, so that our prayers and blessings that we've received can flow through us to our ancestors and predecessors, to the ancestral spirits, our family members and loved ones on the other side. So, with appreciation, Yahweh, Yahweh, no, no, Yahweh, Yahweh, no, no, Yahweh, Yahweh, no, no, Yahweh, Yahweh, no. Yahweh, Yahweh, no, no, Yahweh, Yahweh, no, no, Yahweh, Yahweh, no, no, Yahweh, 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 no, no, Yahweh, Yahweh, no, no, Yahweh, Yahweh, no, no, Yahweh, Yahweh, no. Yahweh, Yahweh, no, no, Yahweh, Yahweh, no, no, Yahweh, Yahweh, no, no, Yahweh, Yahweh, no, no. Creator, in the name of Eagle Brother, I thank you for this breath of life, for the breath of life of each and every one who participates in this sacred way at this time or in times to come, and for the breath of life of our loved ones, our family members, our friends, our ancestors and the ancestral spirits during their time here upon this earth. appreciation for their breath of life. These things I pray, Creator, in the name of equal brother. One. Thank you for your participation. If you have any questions on this, you can leave them in comments, and I'll do my best to answer those here this evening or as they arise.